Om Asato Ma Satgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Divine Mother, hold our hand, guide us, take us unto you. You are the Supreme Param Brahma, Jagat Janani Mother, God and the Gurus. Hold our hand, take us across from unreal to real, take us from darkness to light, from ignorance to bliss. Om. Peace, peace, peace. Welcome to you all. May the beginning of the new year be like the true yogi, for which we are known to start every day at the beginning of the day, at the beginning of life, at the beginning of the year, and beginning of life. And that every moment that we take up this journey to travel from one knowingness to another knowingness, from one awareness to bigger awareness, and the bigger, till we attain that status called the Brahmavid, knower of Brahman. And the moment we know the Brahman, we are enlightened, we are electrified, and we know that every wish of yours is fulfilled instantly. And it is not the journey to fulfill those wishes for which we take up the journey, but it just so happen, it does happen. The big promises, big opportunities, and that is how we have taken up this journey with the Vedanta and Kriya Yoga, with the Babaji's great blessing, with the Divine Mother and the gods and the Gurus, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, Swaguru Brahman and Nirguna Brahman, teaching of the Gurus, taking us from one step to the other to the other. There is this young guy who wanted to be freed from this suffering of the world, and he searched, he found a great monk living somewhere close to the mountain. The village elders told him, go down there and meet the monk, and the monk will tell you. So he went and met the great monk, and the monk said, okay, I will free you. You work here for a while, understand, settle down, become calm and peaceful, be ready to be freed. And the boy kept working, cleaning the cave and going to the villages close by and getting some things to eat and bringing it down and doing seva to Gurudev and cleaning the areas around, taking care and doing a little bit of the practices that the Guru wanted him to do to prepare him. But days went and the weeks passed and the months passed, and it's about 2 months or so the boy got restless. And the boy went and told him, Gurudev, either you free me or I'm going to go away and I will go to another Guru who can free me. Now this Guru said, this is a nice disciple. Now I'm going to lose him. And losing him will not be a good idea. So he told the disciple, okay, you come back tomorrow morning and I will free you. And next morning when the boy comes, anticipated, told everybody in his family, I'm going to be freed today of the samsara and the suffering. He comes and he finds Guru, near the cave there was a big pupil tree, and the Guru was holding that tree with both his hands and saying, shouting, very nice, you've come, please free me, free me, free me, free me, free me. And the disciple comes, looks around the Guru, and he said, what is holding you? He tried to hold Guru's hand, and Guru is holding onto the tree. The disciple said, Gurudev, let go of the tree. You will be free. Gurudev says precisely, let go of the samsara, let go of the desires, and you will be free. I'm going to tell you some of those beautiful things that we had done through the year. Great are the challenges, tremendous are the journey. And this is what you have, many of you have realized and are traveling on the similar path. And great stories have told us such beautiful things. In this, the message of the Vedanta, when it is coupled with the Kriya Yoga, you are doing the Raja Yoga, supreme yoga of the Raja Yoga is the Kriya Yoga. Kriya Yoga is the supreme of the Raja Yoga. You're doing the Bhakti Yoga, Saguna Brahman, you're praying. Those of you who believe in some form of the God or the idols or all of them. Paramahansa Ramakrishna used to say, he was coming from Kamarpukur to Dakshineshwar, walking down, and it used to take days. And on the way they had to, those days I have been through that road time and again, and now it is all beautiful paddy field and miles and very rich West Bengal soil and filled with paddies and crops. But they used to be totally jungle. And Paramahansa Ramakrishna, he was waiting and under a tree at night to stay there. They used to carry a little bit of food with them and eat and somehow sleep there, rest in the morning and get up and again start walking. And he was scared. And he started taking the names of Mother Kali and Raghunath, which is his family, and then Hanumanji, and then Ganesha and Kartikeya and Durga and Saraswati, Trinayani Durga, Durgati Nashini, Daitya Damini. He's talking about all this. So, one or two of his younger disciples who were with him, so they asked him when they reached Dakshineshwar, Gurudev, Thakur, your mother is Mother Kali. Why didn't you only worship Mother Kali? Saguna Brahman, he said, listen, when you want your servant to go and shop in the vegetable market and fish and meat and whatever, you give and you tell, okay, this in today's equation, those days the numbers were different, you can imagine it. By the way, with 25 paisa, which used to be 4 annas those days, you could have filled a 60-liter capacity of petrol of the car. I used to do that. 25 paisa to 4 anna was enough. And when it became 75 paisa, progressively it kept increasing, and I used to say, my God, how are we going to survive? And see how it is kept on going up. So I'm talking about in today's market. Let's say you say, this 50 rupees is for this vegetable, and this 75 rupees is for this vegetable, and this 100 rupees is for this particular vegetable. And you give 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 vegetables, and say this 300 rupees for fish, this 500 rupees for chicken, and then what do? You put all the money together and give it to him. So Paramahansa Ramakrishna is explaining, see, you took the name of all the gods and goddesses and then all put them together and gave it to Mother Kali. Now we are practicing that Bhakti Yoga, Swaguna Brahman and Nirguna Brahman. And then you are learning from the Mahavakyas, I am Atman Brahman, that supreme Brahman, Anubhava Vakya. You have to feel it, I am that one. As you start the beginning of the new year, of the time, Aham Brahmasmi, the Brahma is in me, the Prajnana Brahman, the realization that this is the track, and learning from Shaunaka, asking, egotistic Shaunaka learned the supreme realization from his own father after years of education in Gurudeva, when father said, so what is that message that you got? Now if you learn that, you will learn everything. And this is what I wish to share with you all, dear devotees, fellow travelers on the spiritual world. And what is that? Tat Tvam Asi. You are that. And the moment you realize that you are that, you have realized. So, alright, it sounds very good, but how do we do that? In this little body and the flesh and the mind and COVID-19 and suffering and lack of money, businesses are down or work is not and payment cut, relationship problem, son's problem, daughter's problem, not listening, or problems and problems and sufferings and suffering. So, Sarva Duksha Nivritti Ananda Prapti. By what? The moment you realize what? Who we are. And it's say who we are. We are this, and we are understanding today through the practices of our Kriya Yoga, dynamically coupled with the essence of the Vedanta. Knowingness is Jnana Yoga. And then Karma Yoga, do seva. To first with your own husband, own wife, own children, own parent, and then the own friends and the neighbors, and then the society and the world at large, and those who are suffering, to everyone. So you have, with these two processes, you have Karma Yoga, absolute unselfish act. Why? Because I suffer from selfishness. Bhakti Yoga, learning to surrender, learning that you are the one who is the operator and I am the instrument that you are operating on. This is Swaguna Brahman, and this is Sankhya philosophy, going into Jiva and Jagat. What is Advaita saying? Jagat Mithya, Brahma Satyam. And that's where we are going into. Mandakya Upanishad, 7th Sutra. We have gone over them. We will go over them more and more and deeper and deeper and deeper. Understanding, realization, Jnana Yoga, knowing unreal to real. So, what is the journey? How do we do that? We have to practice and prepare the ground. The same beautiful apple, you can cut it and count how many seeds are there. But can you count how many apples are there in one seed? Hey, you are that one seed. Infinite is the possibility. Know it, believe it. Swami Vivekananda's word. Take the weight of the entire universe on your shoulder. Know that you can do it. Whatever be the task, do not be weak. Do not be afraid. Fearlessness is the first principle of being spiritual. Knowing, Aham Brahmasmi, Mai Brahmahu. What are these ghosts and COVID-19 can't even see, can come and attack you? Yes, you should maintain all the precautions, all the things that is being discovered today. Yes, you should do those exercises which are essential for your nodules to be not to have locked, and utilize the systems. If you don't use it, you lose it. What? Every functions of your body, every functions of your mind, every functions of your memory, intellect, relationship, criticism, and knowing that Mano Buddhi Chitta Ahankara Na Aham, I'm not that. And at the same time, you are coupling up that message that we had picked up, that Saguna Brahman is the clay pot, the pot is the God. Ishvara there, I am here. Very powerful God, I am weak. And this is what is God goes on in theistic religion. But in the Advaita religion, Advaita is only one. There are no two. But the moment God and devotee, God and disciple comes in, there are two. So, God is in the heaven. When you die, you will meet him. That means it is a place. When you do this work and you go to Varanasi or Kedarnath or Badrinath or Mathura or Vrindavan, you will meet God there. That means God is a place. No. Vedanta takes you straight across with this understanding without disregarding any one of the process, but practicing both with total faith, total belief, and whatever we are doing, do it with utter sincerity, including every minute of your life, whatever you're doing. Do it with that perfection like a 24-karat gold. Purification from 12, 14, 18, 24, 22, to 24 eventually is heating, beating, aquaregia, acid, purification, putting it back to heat, beating it. These are all the sadhana yoga, which we have to do. So now, amongst all the Upanishads, remember Hanumanji went down and asked Ramachandra, I want nirvana. I want in this life alone. Some of you may be thinking, what is this thing about? Sir keeps talking about in this life alone, this life alone. Why? Very simple. Vivekananda's statements. The purpose of the human life is to realize the divinity within us and manifest that divinity. Why wait? You do not know what is going to happen on the next birth. Where are you? Why do you wish to waste today's time? Today, if you know that if I take this step, and I go and meet that person and speak like this, I'm going to get a 200 crore rupees worth of order for my business. Would you waste it for next birth? Certainly not. I wish to utilize it right now by every moment and not waste it in wasteful activity like smoking or drinking or just time wasters, talking to people and all those beautiful gadgets and WhatsApp and Facebook. Utter waste of time. I'm not saying get away. I'm not saying run off to Mountain Himalaya. All the Vedanta is saying moderate your conduct, moderate your behavior, moderation in everything, and bring a balance to the life. And in this balancing, what is the message? In this life alone, we can, I can, and I will. I know I have to reach Mumbai in this life alone. I know the track. I've started my journey. Why should I stop? Hoping that I will go to Hati Hai Khandala, something with the name of a film. I will go to Khandala and wait there. Why? Why waste time in Panvel and whatever those places are? I'm going to Mumbai. I am going to realize God, and I'm going to realize I am Atman, Brahman in this life alone. Most of us are spiritual travelers. That's how we are here. That's why we are listening to each other and talking and asking questions. Shravanam, Mananam. Listen and remember, listening has got a Vedantic way, a beautiful process. And this is laid down by Adi Jagadguru Shankaracharya. He says, listening like an inverted pot, in a pot, let's say an earthen pot, inverted pot, is good for nothing. Because if I pour, the water or content of the milk is going to come on top of it and flow outwards. Or listening to it with a pot in which there are cracks is good for nothing. Or there is a hole in the center, everything will go away. It should be upside turn with the face the clean. There is no good in listening with a pot which is open, which is clean, but inside there is garbage. Whatever you put there is going to become garbage. The milk, if there is some other something which was not worth touching it, and you put the milk there, is the milk going to be utilized? So the message that you're going to learn in your journey through the Vedanta is going to be of no use. So, clean, chitta suddhi, saucha, ayama niyama, remember? Ahimsa, satya. These are very simple principles of holding on to the purity, holding on to the truth. Utilize your knowledge. Pick up the knowledge. Swadhyaya, Ishvara pranidhana, tapas, tapasya. So, these processes with which we do those exercise and then we sit down, those sadhana pratishta, with sadhana chatushti, where viveka, knowing this is not good, this is not real, I will discard it because it is not real. Bringing in vairag, a general detachment instead of hoarding things. You remember the time when the COVID-19 started and there was a little rush for the food and everybody went and bought, so much of stuff just to stuff it up. Having total faith, and at the same time, this faith is unlike the theistic religion. The faith is knowingness, understanding that it cannot go wrong. How can it go wrong? With this journey, as you're taking it up, all the Upanishad, Hanumanji asked Ramachandran, how should I get moksha? Ramachandran said, Mandakya Upanishad Ek Alam. There is one Upanishad alone is good enough for you to attain. Remember, in Bengali they call Mandakya Upanishad like Dhani Lanka, the tiny chili and spiciest, hottest in the world. Very tiny. It's, I would say, about a centimeter long. And it's really spicy. Mandakya Upanishad like that. Just 12 sutras. And so small. But the Mandakya Karika, which is Gaudapada, Shankaracharya's Guru's Guru, wrote down, gave a powerful message of that Mandakya Karika. So we are going to now concentrate on the 7th mantra of the Mandakya Upanishad. We have all been familiar with the Mandakya. The basic essence of the Mandakya Upanishad is telling you are that. I am Atman Brahman. Message from Mandakya Upanishad, that Mahavakya. I am that Brahman. This feeling has to come into us through these practices, knowingness. How do we do that? So Mandakya goes ahead and tells us as the new year starting to begin, and tomorrow tell everybody that tomorrow's Zoom session we will be talking about deathless and birthless, who we really are. We are not just this body which was born the other day and then it became a baby and then it became a toddler and from toddler to become a standing and a youth and going into kindergarten and became a little older and then a teenager and then a youth and then became an adult and then became middle-aged and then became old and then attained the Vardhakya, which is disease, sickness, and then eventually the body dies. So what is the message? This body is not me. This name is not me. This mind which says not like this, like that. No, 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 no. Don't get up in the morning. You sleep for a while. Not me. I am something else. So how do we realize this? The Mandaka gives the beautiful journey. Very challenging, very rewarding, and so beautiful for a human life to take it up. The animals can't, and lesser human beings can't. You and I are divinely blessed to be placed in Vedanta, and blessed to be placed by Paramahansa Yogananda's knowledge and Babaji and Yukteswar Giri and Lahiri Mahasaya, who brought down this Kriya Yoga to us. And we are blessed that Swami Vivekananda spread this fire of the Vedanta to give it to every country, every person walking on the road to know. Vivekananda used to say when he was visiting America, if only you know who you are. And this is what Rama told Hanumanji. Mandaka alone can take you to realization. And what is that? Mandaka gives you a very simple process. Do self-analysis. Find out. The Mandaka says there are three prominent states, three of them, which we are experiencing it. Like this is called the waking state or Jagrat. We are awakened. I hope so. My talks are not putting you to sleep. Vedanta is a nice way to put people to sleep. Very good, safe sleeping drug. Listen to Vedanta and go up to sleep. Now I am certain you all are awakened state, Jagrat state. First state. Second state is the dream state, is the swapna. And the third state is the deep sleep state. So, in the waking state, I think I am this Robbin Ghosh with this body, with this age, with this my social standing, with this position, status, money, family, and possessions. That's the waking state. So, which is ignorance and causing what? Error. Remember, walking down the alley towards the temple, darkened alley, and you saw snake, and you threw the flashlight and you notice it is not a snake, it was a coiled up rope or maybe some old garland lying on the road. Now, does it mean the snake's poison has gone onto the rope? No, the snake cannot affect the rope. It was an illusion. The rope is the rope. So it is an illusion that this is the mind and the body and the name and the form. Nama Rupa Bhavuhara. And then goes, so it is ignorance and error. Mandaka is telling us. Waking state is ignorance and error. Now you go to dream state. Your body is lying on the bed, but you got another body. And you are now developed with your mind that state where you are gone into a dream state. You're dreaming. And in your dream, let's say you bought some pizzas and having pizzas. And you wake up. You don't say, oh, I have to get back to my dream and put that pizza in the fridge so the next time in a dream I will get it to eat. You know it is a dream. So, that dream state is also the same ignorance of the name, body, form and Namarupa Bhavuhara with error. So, ignorance and error, waking state, dream state. And then goes to the deep sleep state. In the deep sleep state, you are totally detached. But there is an ignorance. There is no error. There is an ignorance. Knowing what? When you wake up, your those unpaid financial bills come up still of the real life, or when it goes on to the dream state, sufferings of the dream state or the fun of the dream state again comes up. So the sushupti, the deep sleep state, is called the seed of the dream and of the waking state. Now these are the three states. And then comes the Turiya. Turiya is the term used by Gaudapada. It's called the fourth state. Thorium, or the fourth state. The fourth state as where? Because waking state number 1, dream state number 2, and deep sleep state number 3. So this is counting from there in the fourth state. But do not make the mistake of thinking that waking is the one stage, and then the dream, and then the deep sleep, and then there is the fourth state. No, that is a mistake. Why? What is the mistake? It is not a fourth state. It is like a child is seeing a ring made of gold, a chain made of gold, a bangle made of gold, and he is told, see, this is a gold bangle, this is a gold chain, and this is a gold ring. And he thinks the gold is another object, the Turiya is another. No, the Turiya is the one which makes the deep sleep, which makes the dream state, which makes the awakened state. So you and I are that thorium. And this is the message of Vedanta. In the 2021, we have to cultivate and make it grow. And it has to grow with us. I am the thorium. I am the fourth. And what is this thorium? Is the consciousness, is the self, is the soul. And it is the one which is the waking state. Thorium is working as the consciousness. You cannot do anything in the waking state without the consciousness, which is the thorium. The dream state, without the consciousness you can do nothing. The deep sleep state, you can do nothing. You are totally detached in the thorium state. So are in the ignorant state of the deep sleep. In the deep sleep, ignorance. Ignorance and error in dream and waking. Ignorance of what? In the deep sleep, of knowing that I am the Turiya. I don't know that. I just know I had a beautiful sleep. So nice. But as you wake up, it comes back all the problems of the life. But if you attain the Thorium, Brahmavid, knower of Brahman, realizing that state of the Brahman, then you do not come back to this. You are still leading. It is not a very great idea that if you go to Thorium, meaning you leave your body, that means you die. There will be very few takers to attain the, Brahmavid or becoming a Paramahansa or Buddha. Now, you continue to live in the world, but you know now that this is not real. You're enjoying the world, being a Turiya state, that this is merely a play. Just like when you woke up from dream, you knew there were no pizzas. You're not going to go and buy drugs because in your dream state there was a baby was born to you. You're not going to call for the doctor about the baby because you know it was a dream state. Same thing. People may hurl abuses or may praises. Either one, in the waking state, it is just a dream state. So actually Gaudapada goes ahead and tells this world has got only two states, not four. And that is the dream state, which is the waking state and the dream state, and the deep sleep state. And the other one is Turiya state. And then one, not two. That is, that dream state is also because of the Turiya, the fourth state, is the consciousness. So, Sat, Chit, Ananda. And this is where you come in and say, Jagat Mithya, Brahma Satyam. Remember, let us recollect the essence of the Mithya. Mithya is whatever is, does not have its intrinsic quality. Boiled water, boiling potato. Hot potato, boiled potato. But its heat has come from the hot water. So it is not, the potato, hot potato is not an intrinsically hot. It is borrowed heat. It is mithya. The hot water is from the fire and the pot. So the hot pot has made the hot water. And the hot pot has got its heat from the fire. That is also intrinsic mithya. So mithya is hot potato, mithya is hot water, mithya is hot pot. But the fire's quality is intrinsic, is satya. Fire, as long as it is there, it will be hot. The same way, this rest or the dream state or the mithya state, not real. And that not real, understanding it is Brahma-ved. So tune in your meditation. We will practice them as and when we start to get together, and maybe through this virtual too, that as you practice, that this is not me. This body is not me. This anger, this love, this jealousy, this greed, this thought, this vritti of drinking coffee or eating sweet or spending money or earning money is not me. I am something else. And that is, you go on to eventually from Annamaya Kosha to Pranamaya Kosha. You're breathing in, you're feeling the breath, cool air coming in, and feeling the coolness of the awareness of the tip of the nose. Breathing out, feeling the warm air blowing out from the nose. And that is the warmth, feeling the awareness of breathing out and breathing in. Breathing in, all the powerful healing energy and I am Atman Brahman consciousness from the world outside. And breathing out all the garbage, all the toxins from the body, throwing it out. You have to maintain the body, the senses, and the mind, and the reflective consciousness, all of them together to be illuminated by the consciousness. Recollecting all of them, remember, placing a trick, connecting, and now you connect with the consciousness. So in the Anandamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Jnanamaya Kosha, and then Anandamaya Kosha, you're going into that supreme bliss. So with this now, you have come into understanding that this Turiya state is also called Prakashak by Upanishad, meaning it is the state of light. And notice the light can fall on dirty drain water, holy Ganges water considered holy, or wine, pitcher of wine. But the light is unaffected, just like the Turiya in you, which is you, or the Turiya and the consciousness. And never to forget, this Turiya is not a defined object, it is subject. And subject is the same consciousness is in everyone around you. No discrimination of man or a woman or an animal or a plant or an object. Turiya is in it, the consciousness is in everything. So you begin to enjoy the world by seeing the consciousness in everyone. Holy Mother says, Unner dosh dekpena. Don't search for fault in others. If you have to search for fault within you, I am very selfish, I need to do more karma yoga. I am very restless, I need to know more sadhana, more meditation, more breathing technique, concentration. more into dhanastha state. See the fault within you. And now that thorium cannot be affected, just like the gold is making all the ornament. Thorium is making the waking state, dream state, and the deep sleep state. Shankaracharya is explaining that you see a beautiful mirage, and he said all the water of the mirage cannot wet one grain of sand. So all these sufferings that you are seeing cannot wet, cannot affect your thuriya state, whether physical suffering, mental suffering, emotional, or any other sufferings of whatever nature. It cannot, nor can the prakasha light be affected. You are asanga, asanga aham, asanga aham, asanga. I'm totally detached, and this detachment is the thuriya. So where is this great thuriya? Where is the state I am supposed to be? So very simple. This awareness has to be developed through the sadhana, through shravanam, through mananam, asking questions, reflecting on those answers, asking deeper questions, studying Vedanta, listening to it, and shravanam, mananam, and then nididhyasanam. There are no shortcuts to them. The journey is great, promises are great. Every wish of yours will be fulfilled. It doesn't mean do it because of the wish, but do it because you need to know who you are. You need to remove. What does Vedanta say? Prapta saprapta. What is already with us, you're going to gain that. And nivritti se nivritti, which has never made us any suffering, which was never there with us but causing suffering apparently in our mind, it was not there. And Vedanta gives us realization of that which was never there, erases it off, which was there but we didn't know, we didn't become aware. Ignorance and error, Jagrat and deep sleep state goes away. Ignorance alone stays in the deep sleep state. And in Turiya, there is no ignorance, no error. And that Turiya state. Don't throw away the bangle and the ring and the gold like a child to look for the gold. Don't go into the ocean and the waves with your awareness right now, with the awareness, meaning not really go, and when you go there, think of it. That's not the ocean. It's not the waves or the bubble or the froth or the water spray. It's the water alone, which has taken the shape of the ocean, the wave, the water. And when the ocean is calm, it's the water alone in the ocean. When it is bubble and the froth and the spray and the waves, it is water alone again. It's the water. You cannot throw away the waves and the ocean, etc., and look for the water. The water itself is that. Gold itself is the ornament. Same thing is the pot. You say this is the pot. Vedanta says this is clay pot is only clay. Pot is the appearance, is the form. So, it's the same thing. Who is this thorium? And where is this thorium? This thorium is, where is it? Where is it? Right here. Sarva Vyapi, Anantam Advaitam. It is you. It is me. It's everyone. And journey to that oneness is the journey of Advaitam. Oneness. And that oneness will say, this is right here. So what happened? Princess of Kashi. Prince grew up and fell in love with the painting. And then when the Wazir, the Prime Minister, told him, Prince, sit down. Your desire to get married to this Princess of Kashi is, you should know, you are that. Tat Tvam Asi. Instantly, that desire which was creating so much of havoc. The Prime Minister didn't go ahead and arrange for the marriage for Prince's desire to be satisfied. He just said, you are that. The prince realized instantly, I am that. The desire vanished instantly. He didn't cry and go on sulking and moaning, oh my God, why does it have to be? My princess is vanished. He just smiled and he said, that's it. And that is what would be the journey and the goal. Why wait for the next birth and the birth after that? Right now, in this birth alone. This is the message of the Vedanta, message of Paramahansa Ramakrishna, message of Vedanta, and message from Paramahansa Yogananda. Vivekananda says, not just realize the divinity within you, but manifest it in day-to-day life. Yours and my goal in this 2021 is to live with that purity, with that truth, with that kindness and the love and the smile and the seva, with the purity of the mind, and instead of looking for crooked things and who's going to swindle me and who's going to take away money from me, what can I do for you? Jnanam danina vartate. Knowledge increases while giving. So is, what do we say for money? Once I earn money, then I will give it. Sure, I'll give it, and whatever I have, I'm giving, because we all are spiritual people. But I say, when I get it, then I will give. Right now, I'll give only this much. Vedanta is saying, give what you have. And what you have when you give, it increases, and from somewhere it comes. You say, yeah. And then when I don't have, are you going to come and loan me the money? Hey, this is called the lack of understanding, lack of awareness, lack of faith. Once you have it, you know it is so. It is going to be so. How can it not be making you reach Mumbai if you're on the expressway and you're traveling? Whether by a fast car or a helicopter or an aeroplane or by a motorbike or by a bus or by a taxi, you will reach. Even a rickshawala will take you there. May take days, long time to go. Depends on sadhana chatushti. Viveka vairaga, shama, calmness of mind, dhamma, controlling of the senses, uparati, take the mind inwards instead of going outwards. Remember the 10th man story? Why did they not find the 10th man when they were counting? They were counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Why? Because we think everything is outside of us. He forgot to count himself. Dasamatvasi. That 10th man is with us. So this is the message of the Vedanta through the parables and the story. That is within us. Instantly, Prince realized, I am that. Aham Brahmasmi. Main hi Brahma hu. With this new year, a beautiful year, till tomorrow, we shall have a session with the Divine Mother's grace, with our prayers to the Divine Mother, to the Gurus and the God, that may we earn and learn and understand from here that there is a beautiful world which is within us, which is everywhere, which is in everyone. And with the blessing, we shall attain it, and we shall be able to, like the Princess of Kashi, realize who we are. Om Akasha Shanti, Prithvi Shanti, Vayu Shanti, Agnyaya Shanti, Jalaspataya Shanti, Go Shanti. Om Uttaradesha Shanti, Dakshinaya Shanti, Purbaya Shanti, Paschimaya Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Manaha Shanti, Chittaha Shanti. Om. May the Divine Mother, God and Guru be with us, hold our hand and take us across through this beautiful journey, a beautiful challenge for us to win and cross over in this life alone. Jai Guru.